If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Slough Horses is a British spy thriller television series based on the Slough House series of novels by Mick Herron. The series premiered on Apple TV Plus on the 1st of April 2022. The second series, Dead Lions, premiered on the 2nd of December 2022, and in June 2022 the series was renewed for a third and fourth series. The third series premiered on the 29th of November 2023. Showrunner Will Smith has stated that the fourth season should be released by the end of December 2024. And in January 2024 it was renewed for a fifth series, which will be based on the fifth book in the series, London Rules. The story revolves around Slough House, which is an administrative purgery for MI5 service rejects who have bungled their job but have not been sacked. Those consigned there are known as slow horses. They are expected to endure dull, paper-pushing tasks, along with the occasional mental abuse from their miserable boss, Jackson Lamb, played by Gary Oldman, who expects them to quit out of boredom or frustration. Life in Slough House is defined by drudgery, yet the slow horses somehow get involved in investigating schemes, endangering Britain. The series was given straight-to-series order by Apple TV Plus in October 2019, with Gary Oldman announced as star. The cast was rounded out in December 2020 with the additions of Olivia Cooke, Jonathan Pryce, Kristen Scott Thomas, and Jack Lowden. Initially, production was to consist of 2 series, but 3 additional series have been since ordered, each series having been based on an individual book in the Slough House series. Filming of the first series began on the 30th of November 2020 in England and continued into February 2021. In July 2021, filming continued in Stroud, Gloucestershire. It was originally intended to film early in 2020 but was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The title track, Strange Game, was performed by Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger, who wrote the song exclusively for the show, together with the show's composer, Daniel Pemberton. Both Gary Oldman and Jack Lowden have gone on to get nominated at the British Academy Television Awards, and Gary Oldman was also nominated at the 2024 Golden Globe Awards. The show has also won 2 BAFTA awards. Some interesting trivia notes. Season 1 and Season 2 were filmed back-to-back. On April 22, 2022, around the time Season 1 premiered, director James Hawes was interviewed. He would say, "I was approached with a set of scripts and I tend to start by going through the scripts. I was perfectly honest, I hadn't read Mick's books ahead of time. Seesaw Films, the production company, got in touch with me, and I was one of the few directors who was sent the scripts for a response to the material. See if it struck a chord with me, something that I felt I could get excited by and bring to life, and it surely did. A few meetings later, I was on board." Deep in the credits, under camera trainees, can be seen the name of Alfie Oldman, Gary Oldman's son, who worked on several movies that Gary has starred in. In the books, the character Peter Judd is clearly based on then future British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. In the TV series, however, the connection is far less obvious. In the books, Jackson Lamb is said to resemble Gary Oldman's Remembrance, a film released in 1982, as well as co-star Timothy Spall, and I quote from the book, "Gone to seed, and with worse teeth." The terms Moscow Rules and London Rules are fictitious. The second is made up by Mick Herron, the author of the series, and is used as a counterpoint to the first, made up by famous author John LeClaire. This is the first time that Gary Oldman has now acted in a television series as a regular character. Gary Oldman and Kristen Scott Thomas portrayed spouses Winston Churchill and Clementine Churchill in the biopic Darkest Hour, for which Oldman went on to win a Best Actor Oscar at the 2018 Academy Awards. Mick Jagger sings the title song Strange Game in this series, and the title song in the movie Jumping Jack Flash, both of which star actor Jonathan Pryce. Jonathan Pryce's character David Cartwright tells River Cartwright that even the best spies have their time in the cold, and Smiley was always coming back from redundancy. This is a reference to the book series around George Smiley, written by John LeClaire. The first sentence relates to the 1963 book The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Gary Oldman, who plays Jackson Lamb in the series, also played British spy George Smiley in the 2012 movie Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Now, I've absolutely found myself riveted and fascinated by this fantastic spy show series. Gary Oldman is at his quintessential best here, and once again proves why he's one of the finest actors around. He plays the crusty old curmudgeon Jackson Lamb to absolute perfection and delivers his witty lines with absolute barbarous wit. Even though the show really isn't a comedy, there are times I literally had to pause the show and laugh out loud as Lamb cuts and bites into his staff and always has a quick-witted quip to reply with. You can never get him down. I also absolutely love the brilliance of this man, who of course is so dishevelled, untidy and crusty, yet is an absolutely brilliant spy and always 2 steps ahead. Jack Lowden here turns out an excellent performance here as the over-eager River Cartwright, who's just trying to do good but is impatient, impetuous, and often very clumsy. And Kristen Scott Thomas turns out another stunning performance here as Diana Taverner, and I love the back and forths between her and Oldman's character. The story is engaging, the twists and turns keep you on the edge of your seat, and it's one of those shows too where it will throw some strange plot twists at you. Some characters will die off and will leave you shocked and dismayed and somewhat sad, but then again, that's what makes a good drama. It's unpredictable, it's clever, it's dramatic, and it pulls you right in and helps you escape into the premise and fantastic plot lines. Mick Herron here has written an absolutely stunning piece of spy fiction. Yes, of course, it draws influences from the major spy shows and films and books of the past. But then again, it also brings its own uniqueness. The mere fact that now we are focusing on the rejects of the spy service. This isn't the glamorous, famed, over-the-top profession that has been portrayed and misrepresented by all the James Bond films. No, this is a gritty, grounded, true-life take on what it must be like to be a spy, albeit with a bit of drama added to boot. Each season is completely unique and relevant. The first season deals with some British fascists kidnapping a young Muslim boy, threatening to behead him. The second season deals with some counterintelligence from old Russian spies. And the third season deals with the Tiger team, gone rogue. Each season is unique, different, and yet still keeps the same premise, building each character perfectly, making you grow fond of them for each of their own eccentricities, even though each one of them can be completely nasty at times. You find yourself investing deeply in these characters, investing deeply in the story, and being taken on a journey and a ride of thrilling proportions. Slough Horses is an absolutely superbly acted, well-written, beautifully made, thrilling spy drama, which I'd highly recommend to anyone seeking some dramatic thrills. Slough Horses, Season 1 to 3, gets a 9.5 out of 10.